What's up, my peeps? MatrixNative here. Tonight's video, that's right, cupcakes, another build from Andrew. If you are running low on ideas, if you haven't done one already, I wouldn't mind seeing Grom or British Infantry. We've been seeing a good amount of spec ops, and it would be cool to see some more grunt outfits. Then I got this from Winter Phase Running Gaming. Hey, I'm just wondering if you could do the big red one. I live very close to the base in Kansas and had a grandpa who served in World War II and worked there for a small time helping, I think before, but maybe after he served. It would mean a lot. So no problem, Winter Phase. So did your grandpa actually serve with the big red one? Or I think it was just called the big one back in the day. So my peeps, I hope you enjoy this build. So Andrew, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Grom is actually another special forces spec ops unit. They're actually, I believe, counterterrorism in Poland. So let's get the fuck downrange, peeps.
This is the story of the 1st Infantry Division, the Red One, whose fighting men saw the war through from D-Day North Africa to VE Day Germany.
So, the 1st Infantry Division is a combined arms division of the United States Army and is the oldest continuously serving in the regular Army. My peeps, the oldest infantry division serving today. That's pretty big fucking hua right there. It has continuously served since its organization in 1917 during the World War. It was officially nicknamed the Big Red One after its shoulder patch, and it's also nicknamed the Fighting First, not the Big One. But that was still cool in the intro, right? And is also nicknamed the Fighting First. However, the division has also received troop monikers of the Big Dead One and the Bloody First. It is currently based at Fort Riley, Kansas. So the Big Red One was founded in 1917. That's 100 years ago, man. That's just fucking hua in itself. And basically, they are a combined arms, armor, and mechanized infantry, a lot like the Scouts and the Tankers. They're part of the 3rd Corps and are garrisoned at Fort Riley, Kansas. Now again, as stated, this is basically the oldest infantry division in the United States. And they have been involved since World War I. Basically, World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Persian Gulf, global war on terrorism, you name it, they've been there as a division-style force. So when I say division, my peeps, here's basically, I'm going to break it down, the order of battle. Basically, the 1st Infantry Brigade, the 2nd Infantry Brigade is assigned, as well as the 1st Artillery Brigade, divisional troops, basically 1st Machine Gun Battalion, 1st Engineers, 2nd Field Signal Battalion, and obviously a headquarters troop. Here's another thing. I know with the new K9, military K9 movie coming out with, you know, that female or whatever. So basically, they actually had the first K9, commonly known as Rags. He was basically the division's dog mascot and was a mixed breed terrier and basically was adopted by the division in 1918 and remained its mascot until his death in 1936. Rags achieved notoriety and celebrity as their war dog after saving many lives in the crucial Argonne campaign by delivering vital messages despite being bombed and gassed. So I definitely wanted to throw that out there. Now, getting back to the order of battle, basically the 1st Infantry Brigade is the 16th Infantry and the 2nd Machine Gun Battalion. The 2nd Infantry Brigade is the 26th Infantry and the 28th Infantry with the 3rd Machine Gun Battalion. Again, my peeps, I'm impressed just because of how far back they go. And these are infantry. Even though they have tanks these days, back in the day, they were straight up LPCs. They were carried by LPCs. And if you know what that means, leave a comment. Ha! If you know what that means, you're a grunt, or you've been on quite a few Who marches, yeah? So, with that being said, my peeps, just a brief history today. And as always, if you're new around here, go ahead and snipe the subscribe. It'd help me out. Enjoy, my peeps. Okay, my peeps, so you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that bag button or select for my OGs out there. And loadout, Y, edit appearance. Let's start it out with the head. My peeps. Head, facial hair, of course, none for me. Hair, got the Warhawk going on. Hair color, of course, the brown. Facial hair, my peeps. One of my subs told me about the scar. It's not really a scar, actually. Obviously, it's a facial burn. However, some other followers of mine already know my long-term subs, or whatever you want to call it. They also know I was foobarred on my left side. I was fucked up on my left side during a deployment, so they actually had to skin graft the left side of my face with my ass. True story. So when I used to tell my ex-wife, you can kiss my ass, she'd give me a little peck on the left cheek. So, with that being said, too much information. Let's go with facial burn on the left, my peeps. Body details, of course. Why wouldn't we go with the big red one? I mean, let's go. That's what this build's all about. The big one. That's what she said. Okay, so right arm, Santa Maria. Left arm, again, my peeps, a change. Okay, I have 2 sons and a daughter, and that's their mom. And I think that's pretty groovy, man. So yeah, I have 3 kids and an ex-wife, the mother of my children. You know, obviously I got this tattoo when things were better, even though we are the best of friends now. She's already got another fiance. Me, myself, Matrix, just out there sort of playing the field, and, you know, I hit it when I can. When I can't, it's all good. Hop on the consoles. So, mi familia. Clothes. Tops, we're going to go with the fleece, my peeps. Now, we're going to make this kind of a BDU, battle dress uniform. We're going to make this somewhat of a 90s type loadout here, you know, Persian Gulf, all that. Of course, you know, you need to be wearing your DCUs or chocolate chips in the Gulf. But, yeah, when I was in Bosnia, we wore the BDU, obviously. There's pictures of it if you check out some of my other videos of me in said BDU. So that's what we're going with here. We're going with the Woodland, aka BDU, with the fleece. Let's go. Best. So my peeps, we're going with the IBA. We're going to put that in the number 15 ATAX AU. Now, one thing I couldn't really decide was, should I go with the AR1 or the TAX AU? And to me, it came down to the TAX AU because I feel like the AOR1 is just a little too light for this build with our BDU, or, you know, Woodland being our base camo. So, again, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it with the ATAX, but I'm not hating you if you go with the Alpha Oscar Romeo 1. But we're going to go ahead and equip that. Staying true to my build would be number 15. If you guys can come up with a better camo for your kit, LBE, LCE, then please leave it in the comments. And that will be number 15. Pants, we're going to go with the Cargo A, my peeps. Yep, back in the day, your really high-speed units did wear the knee pads. However, most of your line units, you know, they were not issued knee pads. Only your hard chargers were issued, you know, knee pads. Hey, let's go. All right, and we're going to put that into 23 Woodland. Cargo A. Footwear, we're going to go with the hiking boots, and we're going to equip those in the black. All right, getting on with accessories. Eyewear, we're going to be going with the Oakley SI Ballistic M-Frame. Today, I'm going to put them in the number 1/6. Actually, the number 1 matte black gray. So go ahead and equip that, my peeps. Basewear, my peeps, we will be going in none. That's right. I really think it fits the build. I actually like how the fleece sort of has that that extended collar. It almost looks like a Kevlar type ballistic collar, and I really like that for this build. So we're going to equip that in the Nun. Headwear. Now, here's the deal. We're not Marines. I'm not doing a Marine Corps build, so we will not be going with the Polar Fleece, but we will be going with the watch cap, and we will be putting that in the black. Yeah, I'm having sort of a hard time talking right now. My boy's texting me to see if I'm getting on MLB 17, which I'm not sure if I am or not. Depends on if I got to go pick up these PC parts. But yeah, my peeps, got a special surprise coming for you. And it's not a build, my peeps. It's totally different. As most of my peeps know, that, you know, I'm loving the sports games as well. I don't play only one specific game, even though if I had a specialty, it would have to be any kind of combat shooter. So yeah, let's go. Watch cap number 1. Headsets. We're going to go with the earpiece. Now, I'm not going to really hate you if you wear like a headset, C, B, or Alpha. However, we're going to go with the earpiece because I just think it fits the build. You know, the thing is, the line units, the infantry units, the cavalry units, you know, we really didn't have earpiece, or we really didn't have headsets unless you were part of the armored cav or mech infantry, and then you'd wear a helmet, but it wasn't like a steel pod. It wasn't like, you know, a typical brain bucket. So for that reason alone, we're going to be going with the earpiece. I would equip A, B, or C, but again, this is kind of a 90s type build. And yeah, we didn't even have like headsets, you know, A, B, or C in the early 90s. So let's go earpiece in number 1 black, my peeps. Handwear. Again, staying true to the build. In the 90s, you had a variant of the Oakley Pilot. I would love to actually equip the Oakley Pilot in this build. I'm not hating you if you do, but for me to stay with my build, you're going to be going with the Nomax, and you're going to be putting those in the number 2, 5. Rucksacks. You could pick about, you know, a lot of these would work for this build, and I'm not hating you. Well, obviously the Prick won't 150 would, and that's more for your Spec Ops. As same with the standard issue, people do not realize that the standard issue is actually could qualify as a Spec Op pack. However, I love this 5.11 rush for my grunts, especially because of that swingle dingle berry. Dingle 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 berries. Freaking hip belt right there. I just love how it's unequipped. And yeah, so we're going to be going with the 511 Rush 72 in number 13 Sandstorm. And again, my peeps, I ain't hating you, but you tell me what you would equip this in. Really, staying true to the build, you'd put it in the OD green, right? And that right there. But to me, it just really does not blend in with your camouflage. So go ahead and equip that in the number 13 Sandstone. I think that just really fits the build. Look how your front straps, your shoulder straps, they really do blend in with the front of the IBA. And then when you go to the back, it just blends in, babies. I can't help it. MatrixNative is not going to steer you wrong. Trust me, staying with my build, you will equip number 13 5.11 Rush 72. Patches, of course, my peeps. I can't believe Wildlands doesn't have like some of the major unit patches, like the big red one, right? It just sort of fucks my mind up. Like they don't have the Marpad. It really does give me a headache when I start thinking about it. So I'm not going to think about it, and we're going to go with the Let's Roll, my peeps. Also, as stated in many vids, if you look at it, kind of looks like that Ranger tab. Hey. Okay, getting on with the weapons loadout, my peeps. Let's go. That's right, I said it. My peeps, my peeps, my peeps, my peeps. To my people over here, to my people over there, to my people, the people, peeps, all watching this show. Hey, let's go. All right, so, yeah, I don't know what in God's creation made me break in to the NWA, but I did it. My peeps, I enjoy all kinds of music across the board, so I had to spit that little rhyme out. Anyways, let's go. We're going to be going with the primary MK48, and we will be going into paint presets. Now, we're going with the MK48 for a couple of reasons. First off, as a line infantry unit, you will definitely be carrying this bad boy here. You'll be carrying the para version of this if you're in Spec Ops, okay? But I've had my discussions and I've explained myself several times as far as the MK48 and the MK249 on this specific game. However, we're going to stay true to the grunts out there, so you don't give me shit. We'll go ahead and equip the MK48, my peeps. Paint presets. We're going to be going with the gray. Now listen up, because it differs for our secondary. So we're going to be going with the gray on this particular paint set in the parts. All right, stock bug stock, gray, number 1. Scope. We're going to be going with the EXPS3. You know me, I love the panoramic, but again, people are so being such tards, actually. Like, I can't pick a panoramic sight because they don't equip it on the top stack. Give me a frippin' break. This is a video game, first off. So, I ain't hating you if you put the panoramic on. I personally would like to put the panoramic on, so I think I will. However, if you want to stay true to the grunts, go ahead and equip that EXPS3, and I'm going to be equipping the panoramic sight in the gray. Let's go. Trigger, only one way, baby. Rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Magazine, we're going to go ahead and feed this pig to the hilt. Yes, I know the M60 is actually called the hog, but this, my peeps, is the pig, the bitch. Let's go. We're going to be putting that in gray. Number 1 gray. Don't go with the light gray. Right. Roger. Number 1 gray. Underbarrel. Yep. Usually we go with the foregrip V4 because it helps out our handling. However, for this build today, we will be going with the foregrip V3. And I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons why, okay? First off, hey, you hear my phone in the background? So, first off, you see the swivels there? That is very important to a line grunt because you can actually plant that and then it swivels from basically up and down and left to right a lot easier than the foregrip V4. Now the V3, however, if you look at the V4, we get a little more handling, but we lose accuracy. And even though our secondary is definitely more of a DMR, yeah, even though it's more of a DMR, we're definitely going to be going with the V3 for the simple fact that we do want a little more accuracy to this build. And I'm going to show you a little trickery that I do when equipping the V3. And we'll go ahead and equip that in the gray. Rail cover. Now, my peeps, here's the little trickery I was talking about here. So if you go with a laser sight, you see how your accuracy dramatically improves, but you lose even more handling? Now, this thing kicks like a motherfucking mule on Sunday morning at 4 a.m., okay? This thing will kick, so you got to buffer it down, my peeps. However, if you put the rail cover on, as you see, we actually hold steady at the handling. Yes, we lose all accuracy, but that's only because they expect you to put that 3-dot right on target, right? And it doesn't happen that way, unfortunately, all the time. So, with the rail cover, you're going to be relying more on your scope. Again, that's why you can either equip the GS or the panoramic. Myself, I'm going with the panoramic because I'm more comfortable with that, as my peeps know. It gives me my peripheral field of vision, and that's why I really love the panoramic for this video game, my peeps. So we're not going to be equipping the laser because you see that actually we drop in handling. We're not going to be equipping the other. We're going to be going with the rail cover, and we're going to be putting that in gray, my peeps, and that's how we roll. Barrel, we're going to be going with the standard barrel. Again, what's the use of carrying a long barrel when your backup is actually kind of an assault type DMR / sniper rifle? And we're going to be equipping that in the gray. Muzzle, again, we're going with the compensator V2. My peeps, you can either go with the stock, which I ain't hating you, but you need to open the compensator V2. If you've been following me, you know that the compensator V2 is the shit when it comes to LMGs, and we're going to be equipping that in the gray. That, my peeps, is pure American motherfucking muscle going downrange and slapping those tangos in the face, which they need to be. They need to be kicked in the fucking face and hung on a tree or on a cactus or what the fuck ever for what they've done to our allies in the UK. fuck them tards, man. I swear to God, it makes me wanna fucking re-up 40s. I want to get back in this shit. Trust me. And it doesn't matter that it wasn't on American soil. I have a lot of UK friends, and they're our allies. And you know, you strike one match, you know what? You turn that match up, and you catch the whole matchbook on fire. That's how fired up I am, and that's how fired up every American should be. I'm just saying. Enough about that, because I'm getting pretty hyped up right now. Alright. Okay, my peeps, secondary. Now, MK14, aka M14. This weapon is legendary. Legendary, my peeps. The M14 is legendary within the Big Red One. Roger? So, paint presets. We're going to differ from the gray, and we're going to go with the black on this paint scheme. So, go ahead and equip that in the black. Parts, let's go. Stock, we're going to go with the folded buttstock, and really, it's not for any particular reason, except I'm really liking, and this is the little trickery I was also telling you about, okay? You go with stock buttstock, yeah, you get a lot more accuracy. Extended buttstock, more accuracy, less handling. You need some handling, my peeps, because remember, this thing will become fully automatic when you hit the switch, right? When you hit the switch, this baby is not only a sniper rifle, it is also a freaking fully functional assault rifle, even though I don't really like the 20 clips. They should come out with a 30 clip extended, and we're going to be putting that in the #1 black. Scope, we're going to go ahead and put the ACOG on it. Not hating you though, if you want to put on the Tango 5 X-Ray India Tactical, that's usually what I roll with, but hence, since this is also a fully auto weapon, actually, I was just thinking about that, and we're going to go ahead and put that in the Golf 28, my peeps. That's what we're going to roll with, because you can switch between the red dot and the 5 times. I mean, what else do you want from a assault rifle slash sniper rifle slash DMR? That's what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and equip that in the gray. Trigger, full auto semi, of course. Magazine, we're going to go with the Extendo 20, but my peeps, you must remember, if you go with the 10, even with the 20, you must exercise serious trigger control going down range to them fucktard tangos, okay? I'm still fired up about the UK and the hits on them in the last 3 weeks. That is fucking bullshit, my peeps. Anyways, we're going to put that in the gray. Underbarrel, foregrip B4. There's no question the foregrip B4. I mean, look how everything, yeah, accuracy. That's not bad, but again, this thing also will raise up on you a little, so you got to buffer it down, and the foregrip V4 does just that. We'll be putting that in the gray. Rail, going with the rangefinder in the gray. Barrel, of course, we're going long barrel, because that's what any DMR or sniper rifle worth its balls in weight has on it. So that's what we're going to equip, the long barrel. Also, you got to remember our primary is an OMG, which is fully auto. So if we have to go fully auto, it's going to basically be somebody's coming up from the back of us or whatnot. So we're going to be equipping that in the gray. Muzzles. We're going to go ahead and go with the stock muzzle. Yes, you're wondering, Matrix, why aren't you using the compensator V2? And actually, it's a good choice, but I really would like to have another suppressed weapon besides the M1911. So we are going to be making sure our suppressor is in the black. Then we'll go up to stop muzzle, and we will definitely make sure that that is equipped in the black. And that's what we will actually equip and change to the suppressor as needed. For those of you that are new around here, yes, we are going to be equipping the stock muzzle and switch to suppressor as the mission dictates. Putting that in the black. And that, my friends, is your M14, which is renowned in the Big Red One. I mean, they've been using this since Vietnam. So let's go. And I just think this is badass. There's your double stack on the top. You got your sniper scope on the bottom and your red dot on the top. That is one fine piece of machinery there, my peeps. Handguns, the M1911, of course, my peeps. We'll go ahead and run that down for you real quick. Magazine, I got the 8. I could get the extended, but I hate how it actually looks and feels and fits into your holster, usually a Threat 3 type of holster if you're like a cop or something. Basically in the military you got a threat level 2, and me having the extended clip on it, it just does not feel right when I have it packed on my holster, on my sidearm. Just, I don't care for it. Yes, you do get, what is that, 8, 9, 10, you get 7 extra rounds, but to me, look, we're carrying a 200 round MK48. Really? Okay, and we'll equip that in the gray. Rail, go with the laser sight, my peeps. The rail cover is fine, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and get some accuracy in the mode. And we're going to be putting that in the gray. Barrel, standard barrel, my peeps, in the gray. Stock muzzle, of course, stock muzzle in the black. And that's a bad motherfucker right there. Okay, drone. You can equip that any way you want it, as well as the mine, flashbangs, diversion lure, C4, whichever. I just like carrying the frags, which now I have 6, my peeps. 6. That is a ton of fragmentation coming down. Another reason that you don't really need a suppressed pistol with you. Flare gun, of course, I always carry my flare gun. Last resort, come get my ass. I want to go home. And my peeps, with that being said, that is the build today. I really hope you enjoyed it. The big red one, who to them. Freaking oldest freaking military division in the United States. Been around 100 years. So my peeps, you know what to do. If you hadn't hit that sub, go ahead and hit it to help me out. Hope you have an amazing day today. I hope yesterday was amazing. I hope tomorrow's amazing. And you know what to do. Go ahead and snipe, like, snipe, sub, cuz that's how we roll.
Still in the sand, never changed it. You hang me up on the line, hang me out to dry, and you got nothing. Dreaming big, town is small, and it's going down. All I need is a microphone, I'm headed for the crown, y'all. Call me whack, call me weak, say I'll never blow. Memphis bleak, they know like the radio that Henderson was meant to speak. I'm on these tracks, just like Thomas, I'm the truth, just being honest. Y'all a bunch of Martin and Anthony's, yeah, that's prima donnas. Wayne Brady, they know the deal. Henderson just showing skill.